So welcome to Charlie Brown's Flatland Studio again. We're giving you a quick behind the scenes look, and we're going to be talking about this thing here, my run and gun video camera system, and what's happening with this stuff over here. So, but I've got my Ulanzi K3 lights and my Sony ZV-1 all on my swing arms, and I think we're ready to get this this episode of Charlie Brown's Flatland Studios on the road. Hello. Yeah, here I am. Welcome to Charlie Brown's Flatland Studios, and we're going to talk about one of my favorite run and gun rigs here. It's a BushHawk rig, and I got this, I don't know, probably about 12 or years ago or so, and the story is, I was probably the last customer of BushHawk because they went out of business afterwards. So I was very lucky to get this, and I really like this rig. Okay, but it's getting old, so I'm thinking about a replacement for it, which we're going to talk about. But this thing, if you can see, I can just get it in my shoulder, flip on my camera, and I'm ready to basically rock and roll on the battlefield, because it is my run and gun system, or run and video system, I should say. I can kind of call this a gun or a weapon, because people have actually mistaken this for me being armed with something. They're not quite sure what, but it does kind of fit in with what I'm doing. Okay, so there's this company called SmallRig on the internet. You can get them via a lot of sources, B&H Photo, Amazon carries them, but SmallRig is basically a hardware store. I don't know a better way to put it. A hardware store for video dudes like me who want specialized products. Okay, and they sell stuff like these tubes. These tube holders, some cushions, and a lot of other stuff which we'll get into. But you can take these tubes, okay, and you see we can screw them together. That's why I call SmallRig a hardware store, because, you know, if you were a kid and liked the director sets when you were young, you can build stuff. Okay, and you can kind of see what's happening here with my old rig and with the new SmallRig stuff. You can see we're starting to get something about the same size as my old BushHawk system. Okay, now you can add like a cushion, okay, but with the SmallRig stuff, you can combine it And this is really make your own stuff make your own items that aren't on anybody's menu. So you can see what just happened here is we just made, well, if you envision, we just made something that we can kind of mount a camera on. Okay, and I've actually done that. Okay, I've made something to kind of replace my BushHawk system here, and let's bring that out and show you. Okay, hi, we're back. So if you take a bunch of SmallRig components and put them together, you can end up with something like this. Now, as I said, SmallRig is really a hardware store, and you could rearrange components of theirs any way that meets your needs, okay? And this is just an example of what I did with SmallRig parts, okay? And it really started out as one of their I don't know, one of their kits that they make for cameras. Okay, it started out with this pad, a couple of rods, okay, but I beefed it up a lot. Okay, and if you can see, I even have a video light on the front of it. Okay. One of the things about this old BushHawk system is once it got dark, I had a hard time using this because it was dark out. I couldn't shoot video. One of the nice things about the SmallRig setup is, well, I can put a light on the front of it. Okay. We can tighten it up. Okay, and I can point it in any direction I want. Okay, so that was one of the first deficiencies I fixed with the old BushHawk system, is putting a video light on the front of it. Now, as these SmallRig systems are really, you know, an erector set, make what you want. So if you don't want the video light on it, we can just take it off. Okay. And you can see this is my new run and gun system. It's all metal. The BushHawk system here was plastic. Okay, it held up good, but it's starting to age, and I had one of these. I've got a couple of these, and this joint right here was starting to go bad because the plastic was wearing and cracking. And you know, if BushHawk was still in business, I'd probably get another one of these, but since they're not, I had to come up with something different. Okay, and if you notice, this has got a grip back here and a grip back here up front where I can hold it and grip it in different ways. This pad here is for my face or my chin. Okay, again, something that was missing on the BushHawk system. You can see the BushHawk kind of had the thing for the shoulder, but the shoulder pad on this new SmallRig, you can see, is significantly better and bigger and softer and more cushier. Okay. What do you think, Charlie? Charlie Brown's thinking about entering the scene here. So this is Charlie Brown. It's his studio, it's his place. He lets me use it. It's his flatland studio. And you know what? Charlie Brown loves blankets. And that's why you see the blanket background. And and we're working on blankets because it's his place, and he says we must have blankets. Okay, he's checking out the rig here. What do you think, dude? Okay. Charlie Brown thinks this rig is an excellent scritching post. He can scritch himself on it. Okay, that's a Cat's review. First thing Cat wants to know, is it good for a scratch? Okay, and the next thing he's going to want to know, is it comfortable to sleep on? Because Charlie Brown actually takes over and sleeps in or on all my camera bags. So, another great thing about this SmallRig setup is it's 100% adjustable and customizable. Okay, you can see I could do something like swing out. I could swing out that holder and put it like that. I can adjust it. I can move it around, I can move it around on the rig to where it's comfortable for the day. So if I wanted these hand grips out to the side, voila, they're out to the side for the moment. Everything here moves and adjusts. Okay, I'm not sure how well you can see all the adjustments on here, and if you can see, there's zillions of mounting places for quarter 20 mounts and all kinds of camera goodies. I can hang a lot of stuff off of here. Okay, so I just put this together yesterday, and I'm liking it. I haven't had it out in the field yet. Okay, but I've already sensed a lot of items I can do with it. And put those back down, and you can see camera flips open, and well, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but I can shove this shoulder pad back in my shoulder, okay, or I can put the shoulder pad behind my shoulder here and kind of chin this. Okay, and that's why, if you can see, I've got my my face pad here is where I can have this up against my face. If you can see that. Again, something this BushHawk didn't have was a pad on the side here. Okay. And all this is adjustable, movable. Okay. If I wanted something different for the day, I could twist a couple of knobs and reconfigure this. Okay. Where this was basically a one size fits all, not very many adjustments or configurations. There's one item I had on this BushHawk option, and that's the quick release for the camera. You can see the camera just slides off, and I could slide it back on. So for the end of the day or setups, I can just slide the camera on and off. Now, SmallRig, they do make basically the same quick release system, except when I ordered all the parts, not being familiar with SmallRig, I didn't order their quick release system, but it's on order and I'll have a quick release tomorrow. So the quick release here will look and work a lot like this one on this round, because I really like getting the camera on and off quickly. It's hard to say it's hard to see or what you're actually seeing in the camera here, but you can see how this would work. Is I would just open the camera up, start recording, and start videoing. This is basically a mobile video rig. Okay, whereas I go around, like last weekend, I was videoing on a train. Well, on a train, there's no real place for a tripod. So, last weekend, I almost 100% used this. Okay, and it works well. But again, this is getting old and aging. You can see there's a little bit of rust here, and the plastic is starting to weaken. So I had to come up with something new. SmallRig is the cameraman's hardware man. Okay, they make a lot of stuff, which we can get into some of their other stuff here in a second. But you can buy everything you see here as separate parts, or sometimes they'll sell it as part of kits. Okay, and they have a lot more than I'm showing you here. For example, they make wooden handles. Okay, the rubber grips I like because, you know, they're kind of like bicycle grips. They work well when your hands get sweaty or when it gets a little bit wet out. Okay, but if you wanted to get fancy, you can get wooden grips too from them. But yeah, this is, I'm not sure if you could sense this, but this could be set up, or it's an erector set, and these are all individual parts, and they could be combined and reconfigured however you desire, however you want. And as I said, this is just an example of what I did with some SmallRig parts, and this is under $200 of their parts. Okay, and this is basically a $2,000 video camera, so putting about $200 underneath it, I have no problems with. Hi, I'm back, and I've switched over to another SmallRig setup I've got. Okay, I recorded part of my previous talk on my iPhone here, sitting in this rig, and my iPhone is running, this microphone is recording, so it's recording me right now, and this is a SmallRig, what they call as a professional recording rig or setup. Well, I'm not sure if I would go totally there, because if you were a professional, you'd be using something other than an iPhone to record video. But given the huge popularity of iPhones these days and how everybody's making videos with iPhones, SmallRig came up with this. Okay, and you can see that it basically has, I don't know, a tripod stand. It holds up and turns into a handle, just like my Sony ZV-1 does. Okay, And if we turn it around here, you can see there's a battery pack here. Okay, we got the microphone connections, but this battery pack will keep the phone running for a long time. And voila, if you notice what I was charging here off on the side is another battery pack that I could flip in here. Okay, that's one of the things I like about my Sony video cameras, is I can have a whole lot of batteries in power all day long. Okay, with the iPhone you're kind of stuck with how long your phone batteries last. Well, no longer. Okay, with this rig you can just put a battery pack on here. When that one's depleted, you can put on another battery pack. So another item I had sitting off on the side charging is an LED light for this rig. Okay, again, here comes Charlie Brown, and I could light him up. What do you think, Charlie? So I've got a light on top of my iPhone now, and I can better light my subjects. Okay, I've got a microphone where I can better hear me or my subjects. Right now I have the microphone flipped back so it's picking up my voice, but I could turn the microphone around and it would be picking up my subjects. But this is kind of neat that there's a light now that I could have associated with my iPhone.